Hello and welcome to this episode, everyone. In this episode, I want to answer this question for you. Is OSI model even useful? Is it even applicable for us? You may have heard, if you are new to networking, you may have heard about OSI model many times and you have not figured out what is it about. So that's what I want to show you today. Why is it very applicable and also very relatable to networking, and it serves a very useful purpose. Imagine that I have this PC and I have a server that these two devices they want to communicate. The first thing that I need for their communication is a medium through which signals will travel. This could be a wireless medium or a wired medium, and this medium is created here. It's a crossover cable. You know that the physical layer of OSI model has actually defined this requirement. So using a crossover cable is defined by the physical layer of OSI model. And the fact that we are using RJ45 and fast Ethernet ports for the communication between these two devices, this is also defined by the physical layer of the OSI model. Moving on, let's go to the data link layer. Let's open the PC, and then in the config tab, you will see that in the fast Ethernet interface, this interface has a MAC address. This MAC address is directly related to the data link layer. Data link has set the requirements for the MAC address to be there to serve a purpose of identification for this device within the local area network. This is exactly the requirement, and this requirement is defined by the data link layer. Let's go to the network layer. The network layer works with the IP addresses. And as you can see here, I have defined an IP address for this device, the PC, and also for the server. Because both of these devices, if they want to communicate among each other, they will need this IP address, and this requirement is defined by the network layer of the OSI model. The transport layer is not very obvious. It's TCP and UDP communication types, which I can show you later on in the simulation mode. But now instead of that, let's go to these three other layers: session, presentation, and application. These three layers are very closely related to each other, so that instead of just presenting them one by one, I will actually go and show you a communication that is happening between this PC and the server. In this PC, I want to go to the desktop tab and I want to open a web browser. I would like to browse www.packettracer.com. And when I browse this address, a page appears for me. This is the welcome page to Cisco Packet Tracer. This means that our communication was successful and this page appeared. The requirement on how this page appears, how it is defined and transported from the server to the PC, and all of those details are defined by the session, presentation, and application layer. The transport layer also has a role in here, which certain type of protocols rely on transport layer for their transportation. For our example, the web browser used the HTTP protocol, which is a protocol from the application layer of the model. And it used a TCP connection, which is directly related to the transport layer of the OSI model. I can show you this by going to the simulation mode. remove the simulation panel and maybe bring it somewhere here so I can see it. And now if I try to create the web page once again, you will be able to see that certain type of traffics have started, and among them there is going to be some TCP traffic, which TCP is directly related to the transport layer of the OSI model. Now that you have seen the OSI model in action, let's go and see what is some other benefits of using the OSI model. The OSI model is the common language between any networking devices, any networking capable device. So your PC is a network capable device, the server is a network capable device, and their common language to communicate between both of these two devices is the OSI model. If they did not understand the OSI model, this communication could have never happened. The OSI model also creates interoperability. That means that if the server is produced by HP, let's write HP server, and if your PC was a Dell PC, these two devices, they still can communicate with each other even though they are from different providers, they are from different manufacturers. That is because the OSI is the common language and it creates interoperability between these two devices. The OSI model also creates a relationship in the model. So it also defines what is the relationship of the data link layer to the network layer. That means what is the relationship of a MAC address to the IP address and how they work among themselves, and how an IP address from the network layer communicates with the transport layer with TCP and UDP protocols, and how does the transport layer, the TCP and UDP protocols, they communicate with the application layer protocols, which is an HTTP protocol. So all of these relationships are also defined by OSI model, which serves a very important purpose. I hope this video has made a bit clarification for you on how important OSI model is and what purpose it serves. Thank you for being with me in this video, and I hope to see you in the next episodes.